I have always been a big fan of the Super Mario series, and I luckily played most of them. Well, at least the ones that weren't extremely boring to me. But there has always been one game on the Nintendo DS that I always really wanted to give a shot. That being Super Princess Peach. I still haven't played it, but in the June Direct of last year we got the reveal of Princess Peach Showtime, the second Princess Peach game. And you know, I was hyped. We maybe only got a 20-second trailer, but I was actually pretty satisfied and hyped already. And then the game came out. Yeah. That was definitely something. No, I am kidding. It wasn't that bad, but we need to talk about it anyway. So far, Princess Peach Showtime is one of the only Nintendo Switch games that I picked up this year and actually have finished. I am not saying that the games that came out this year are necessarily bad, but I'm just not the biggest fan of them. I'm not the biggest fan of the Mario RPG series. I know, really controversial. I really want to give some a chance, but as of now, it's just not for me. The only one that I really played was Paper Mario the Origami King, so I don't know why I don't play the other games, but I don't know. We also got a port of Luigi's Mansion 2. Yeah, I haven't even beaten Luigi's Mansion 3 yet, so I did pick up the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, but haven't started it yet. Then the only game besides Princess Peach Showtime that I quite liked on the Nintendo Switch this year so far is now the new Mario Party, Super Mario Party Jamboree. But when I was looking at what games I played this year, I completely forgot about Princess Peach Showtime. I don't know what it is about this game, but I always forget that it even exists. So today I want to take a look back at Princess Peach Showtime and see what makes this game actually a little forgettable. Princess Peach Showtime came out March 22nd and was one of the first really big Nintendo Switch games of this year. When I was at the start of the game, I actually really liked it. Peach and her toads are invited to the Sparkle Feeder. Everything goes to plan until the feeder turns dark and Mrs. Grape comes out of a portal. Separated from her toads, Peach ends up partnering with Stella, a magical talking ribbon. Together they are on a mission to beat the Sour Bunch and save the feeder. I actually think that there is nothing wrong with the story of this game. It is of course a little simple and not really a big dramatic story, but the objective is clear and I really like that I kept it simple. Before I talk about my opinions on the costumes and levels, I want to take a look back at 2 weeks prior to the release of Princess Peach Showtime. You see, there was also a demo of this game and people were saying that this game, based on the 2 stages that were available, the demo, was going to be as easy as walking to the fridge when you're already standing next to it. So quite easy. But it turns out that Nintendo put the 2 easiest stages of the entire game in the demo to let people try those for free. I never really like to play demos, I just really want the full experience when the full game releases, but I think that some people who played the demo weren't interested in the game anymore, which I understand after I played these 2 stages that were in the demo, because these were easy. Really easy. Nonetheless, I really like these 2 stages. They were indeed really easy, but really easy doesn't automatically mean that a game is bad. I need to say though that I like the other 2 stages on the first floor a lot more, which were the Ninja and Cowgirl stage. The Ninja transformation controls feel really smooth and are just really satisfying to play as. All in all, the more that I progressed, the better the levels got in my opinion. I don't know if that comes because of a slight increase in the difficulty when you progress in the game, but the stages later on are much more fun. One of the best things in the entire game has to be the transformations, of course. What I specifically like about the transformation in this game is that all the transformations have different controls. For example, you have Dashing Thief Peach, where you can use your hook shot and glider to reach the end of the level. Each transformation has something unique, and that makes the game in my opinion. The only transformation that I didn't really like was Mermaid Peach. In those levels you need to guide fish with your voice, and if I remember correctly, you can only do this when you are standing still. In comparison with the other transformations, this was the one that stuck with me the least. Some of my favorite transformations though are Ninja Peach because of the movements and how smooth the controls are. Dashing Thief Peach is another really fun transformation. I think the introduction level of the Dashing Thief transformation is my favorite in the entire game. I really like this level and I think it was the only one that I sometimes came back to even when I had all the Sparkle Gems. And lastly, Figure Skater Peach, because I'm still an emotional wreck because of the end of the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Yeah. I found most of the stages really fun. All the stages were really creative and most of them were also really fun to play. Of course there are some that I didn't really like as much as the others, but overall are the stages really good. Each transformation has 3 to 4 different levels. First up, an introduction level to the transformation and the basic controls. Secondly, a more advanced level which focuses more on the controls and increases the difficulty a tiny bit. Thirdly, a somewhat shorter stage where you need to rescue the Sparkla actor of that specific transformation. And then lastly, for some of the transformations there is also a rehearsal stage where you, for example, need to defeat as many enemies in 1 minute. Overall, these rehearsals were quite easy, but oh my god. The mighty Peach one gave me some real trouble. You really need to learn the pattern on this one, because you need to rescue almost all of the Sparklas. When you reach goal in these rehearsals, you also got an additional ribbon. The stages that I disliked the most were also the Mermaid Peach ones, because I didn't really like the transformation, so the stages were also kind of mid to me. The only thing that I really liked about the Mermaid stages was the end. No, I'm kidding. The concerts were cool. Except when I missed this one note and I had to do the entire level again 3 times. I really wanted to talk about the bosses because I think this is one of the weakest points of the whole game. When you are finished with the 4 stages on one floor, a mysterious door will spawn in the middle of the floor. These are the bosses of the game. I was actually really excited about what they were going to do with the bosses, but it was kind of disappointing. This is the only factor of the whole game where I hoped we could have got more. Basically, every boss is dodging, throwing something at the boss and doing that 3 times over again and you defeat the boss. This was for me the most forgettable part of the whole game. And when I thought of Princess Peach Showtime, the only boss that I could remember was the final boss, which was the only one entertaining. Some of the bosses were okay-ish, like the only somewhat fun boss was the Light Fang one, because you weren't isolated in a rectangle, but Disco Wing and Projector Cat mainly are just not fun. I don't know, I don't really like the bosses of this game, which is a real shame because I was really excited to see what they were cooking for the bosses, and sadly it kinda disappointed me. Overall, I really like this game, but there are just some aspects that were more of a miss. As I previously said, I had really hoped that they would have done something different for the bosses. The only solid ones are Light Fang and the final boss in my opinion, and that's really unfortunate. I really like to complete games and do everything you can in them, but if you just want to beat the game and be done with it, the game's length can also be another weakness. The game is just not that long, since there's only 20 normal levels. And lastly, I was so happy when I finally 100%ed this game, because it can be a little repetitive sometimes. The music is solid. I mean, it's Nintendo. They literally made a disco banger for a boss in Pikmin 4. What did you expect? Furthermore, the game looks beautiful in my opinion, and I love some of the ideas that they chose for transformations and level designs. Another thing that I love and also kinda hate, because it's giving me Yoshi's Crafted World flashbacks, and I know it is the same developer. After you finish the game, there are Sparklas hidden in each freaking level, and you need to find freaking all of them for 100% completion. Kill me now! But luckily, it wasn't that bad in comparison with Yoshi's Crafted World. That was a complete nightmare. I also really wanted to talk about the ending, because the ending is a real high point in the game for me. I really wanted to talk about the ending of this game because I don't know what it is, but I was ranting earlier about the bosses being not that creative and not really fun, but this boss battle is the definition of a final boss battle that doesn't need to be hard to be really good. I don't know why, but when I was shooting that beam onto Mrs. Grape's mask, it felt good. Also, that last transformation into Radiant Peach, oh my god, so good. I really like the ending, and just seeing all the Toads and Sparklas so happy made me feel really happy. Okay, that sounded cringe. The game ends with Princess Peach and Stella saving the feeder and defeating Mrs. Grape, and oh my god, the cutscenes are so good. All in all, I actually forgot how much I like this game. There is just something about the game that makes me feel like playing a game when I was a kid again. I have just a soft spot for this game. Of course, it's nowhere near Breath of the Wild or Super Mario Galaxy, but in my opinion, it is just a cute little game, and I'm glad that I played it back at launch. I don't think I am going to pick this up fast again. I have done everything that the game offers. I think why I forgot about this game is because last year was, in my opinion, one of the best years for the Nintendo Switch, with Tears of the Kingdom and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. such huge games. And now this year with such anticipated games like Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door Remake, Princess Peach Showtime feels like a filler game. And that's not bad. I just think I forgot about this game because we got Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door right before and after Princess Peach Showtime. And there's starting to be many Mario games to remember for the Nintendo Switch. So please, stop. I really want to thank you for watching. Most of the time I really recommend a game at the end of my videos, but I think this game you either think is solid or even good or really boring. So please follow your gut. I don't really want to recommend it at the full price. If it is $30, you really need to check it out, but it is a Nintendo exclusive game, so it's probably going to be $60 forever. Anyways, I really want to thank you for watching till the end. Please like the video and subscribe, and then I'll see you hopefully till the next time. Goodbye!